Another big game in the NHC, Norwell at Homestead. Homestead obviously losing to Carroll last week. They want to get something rolling before the postseason, which is always an ultimate goal if you're a Spartans fan. But Norwell also coming off a big win against DeKalb. This is a team that we've talked about it. They've had trouble closing games, and you'd think Norwell Homestead could be a game that could be decided in the fourth quarter. Are you feeling better if you're a Norwell fan about the way that they've started to close out some games?
I think the collective blood pressure of Ossian last week was about 50 points lower on Friday night for the first time in a while. You know, they were able to go out and just enjoy a big win over DeKalb and really not have to sweat out in the fourth quarter and kind of have to pull one out or let one get away. So I think, confidence levels up in Norwell. We've talked about their health all season long, and they're finally the healthiest they've been all year, and that's huge. But they get a huge test with Homestead on Friday.
Now, we've talked about how good Carroll's defense is, so only getting 6 points on the board last week for Homestead, a byproduct also of Carroll's defense. But offensively, how do they get some things rolling? Obviously, we talked about Logan Ormsby and overcoming that injury and the toughness that is required to play with a broken ankle. But how do they make sure that offense gets rolling this week against Norwell?
I think you just got to come out quick. They got to put a couple points, a couple of touchdowns on the board early. Regain some confidence. I mean, their 6 points last week was the lowest total since they lost to Carmel in 2006, and the lowest regular season total in 10 years. They got shut out by New Haven in 2004. So this is the offense we're used to seeing put up a lot of points. So for them to get held to 6, now you were kind of like, what's wrong with Homestead? And maybe we're kind of jumping the gun a little bit, but also it is a concerning thing when you're so close to the playoffs and you're having an issue to put up points. So again, we've set up all year. Homestead, if they can get that run game going, really helps the passing game, really opens some more things up. So that's going to be huge on Friday night to really grind out some yards on the ground.
On the flip side, if you're Homestead's defense and you give up 13 to Carroll, a team that had scored 45 the week before in Belmont, and looked like they were starting to get on a roll offensively, get on a rhythm with Aiden Smith at quarterback, you have to feel pretty good about what you were able to do last week.
Yeah, for sure. We've talked a little bit about some teams. Leo comes to mind, where we're used to them putting up a lot of points year after year, but they're winning with defense a lot this year. And I think Homestead, like last week, grinded out a win defensively, which we're not used to seeing. So, if Homestead can come out and continue to be competitive on the defensive side of the ball, which they have been, that's going to really make up for maybe some of the sluggish things offensively that they're still trying to figure out.